Let's bring in Yasmeen Hassan, who joins us via Skype from New York. She's been involved in women's rights for many years, and she's the Global Executive Director of the organisation Equality Now. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. So on the issue of women having to take the same name as their husbands, explain to us what the court decided on that.
Hi, Lauren. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. I find that the rulings today, both of them are a blow to women's rights, and the law in question about having to take the same surname dates back to 1896. And again, this law is not explicitly sex discriminatory, so a husband could technically take the wife's name also, but what happens in Japan is in 96 to 97% of cases, it's wives who must change their surname upon marriage to take the husband's surname. And it's the women, there were 5 women who brought a challenge to this court, to this law, saying that they felt that their right of personhood was at stake and that this law was completely incompatible with gender equality and the Japanese constitution. The Supreme Court unfortunately disagreed with them and has upheld this law. And I find that this, particularly in this day and age where where the Prime Minister of Japan is pushing for more women in education, more women into the workforce to lift up Japan's economy, this ruling seems completely incompatible. Because these women have... Yes, go ahead.
So one of the things is that anecdotally women keep their maiden names anyway, don't they, if they're in a workplace, or so they don't necessarily take the husband's name. Is that something that you think actually means that in some ways having a law about it doesn't make the difference?
Well, the law means legally in all your papers, you have to have your husband's name. So even if you keep your name for your profession and on your business cards, you run into difficulties anytime you have to do any kind of registration or appear before court and all, because your name is different legally. So I think it doesn't solve it. It imposes a barrier and a hurdle for women who are working women and choose to keep their own maiden name for their professional reasons. And it's usually the same maiden name which is on their educational certificates and what have you.
So should it be something now that Parliament deals with rather than the courts?
I believe that it would behoove Parliament to take a new look at this and to move Japan really into beyond the 19th century into the 21st century, and look at this law and see what does it mean for women in Japan and what does it mean for marriage? What does marriage mean in Japan? Okay. Absolutely.
Yasmeen Hassan, thank you very much indeed for your thoughts on the subject.
Thank you.